Hello and welcome to For Want of a Nail. This, of course, is my map nail that's recently picked up a lot of attention, largely due to Etho and several other larger Minecraft names playing it and having some sort of interest in it. So, this, in addition to being, kind of an insight into why I named Nail Nail, and how I tied in the proverb to the map. We'll also kind of feature a little rant at the end about what's been going on lately. I'm just gonna speak, so buckle up, bitches. Well, first and foremost, I posted Nail, I want to say in May, and I believe the first version didn't feature this, and it just had, the proverb kind of woven into the map here and there, little fragments and segments. And I added this in at a later date because no one had ever asked me about it or, said anything about it, really. I mean, a couple of like, what the fuck's this? And, whatever. But, I was really disappointed that no one, to my knowledge, had acknowledged what I kind of thought was clever. I named, the map after the proverb, and I'm talking in a circle now, but I'm just gonna get down to it. Disappoint. So the first one here, and forgive me if I get lost on some of the metaphors, because it was all clear when I was putting them in, and via time, and I might have forgotten some of the metaphors, but for want of a nail, the shoe was lost. And here, nail is a metaphor for anything that'll give you an advantage in combat, be it the TNT back there, the stuff in the canopy, or the mines, anything. And shoe being time, for want of a nail, for want of an advantage, the shoe was lost, time is lost. So, it's pretty much just saying, whatever you go for is going to take up time. And that's, just a big metaphor for the start phase. Through here, you'll notice that there are 4 lamps, and that's not an accident. I did that for the proverb. These lamps were a very late addition into the map. And, for the proverb. So, for want of a shoe, that really doesn't tie into it too much. But, I needed something for this, so I put 4, oh, no, it does, that's right. Shoe, for want of the time the horse was lost. And, the horse is symbolically represented with, the 4 lamps, 4 legs on a horse. So by disabling the lamps, you, for the most part, it's arguable, but it should, and for the most part does, slow people down via mobs. And, really it's just filler. It's not too big in the grand scheme of things. That's why it was an afterthought, but there is a bit of poetry behind this. I think I'm getting a cold, but we will find out. This one here, this one I think I lost. I mean, the metaphor. I can't remember it. I looked at it earlier and I thought I had something, but I know I remember it had significance because I built this here for it. And I guess maybe that'll be a little fun feature of this video. Try and guess what I meant for this one. It'll come back to me and I'll say, oh yeah, and then I'll forget it again, and it's all the reefer. Oops. This one here, it's the forest clears up, and all of a sudden what was a linear walk through the forest opens up into a kind of a tree of choices, with food being very important to the defenders, this having, just a nice kind of motley of whatever this crap is. I don't even, medley. Too much rock. A nice medley of stuff here. And, the mine, of course, with fucking all that stuff. But, anyways, for want of a rider, which I believe symbolically represented, the start phase again. And the message being what you choose to do, should in some regard reflect your tactic in the beginning. Spending time destroying things as opposed to collecting things. It's can reflect your tactic, and for those who are kind of into a philosophical approach to PvP, which I think for the most part Whiskey Brigade is, this can really speak to you, looking at what's done with the start phase and how the game progresses. Sometimes there are some really interesting links that can be drawn. So you can play with that if you want. And then for want of a message, being what you chose to do with your time, the battle was lost. And this is, just saying, regardless of what you do, you could still lose. And there was something more to this one as well, but I know there was a reason I put it on the bridge as well. There's more to this. Maybe I'll remember it. But in most of my tours, if not all of them, I've, kind of said that this is symbolic, in a sense. And for want of a battle, the kingdom was lost. Has a lot to do with the music player. I'd kind of hoped that people had put a little more attention on this. I mean, I know it's impractical to do so, but, a team gets up here, plays their song, and once the castle falls, the music stops, and just that sentence alone kind of gives me the goosebumps. And I mean, I suppose it gets down to just how much you like poetry, but just music representing a battle. It goes back to the drummer boys and all that stuff. Revolutionary era and the morale and everything. Dives into that. I'm trying to give an overview. I guess I lack the eloquence to really say what I think, but significant in that sense. Music. I have C418's discography, by the way, if anybody wants that. Don't tell him I said that. The next one is here, which is honestly why I tied the rest into it, because this here, it's placed conveniently by the sponge to kind of make light and mock the game Minecraft itself. And the objective in this map, of course, is 2 sponge blocks. This whole spectacle is occurring just because these guys want to destroy these 2 sponge blocks, and these guys, the defenders, need to defend it. And I guess it's more for me, but it's just playfully mocking the fact that all the destruction that occurs. Anyone who's played Nail has seen the maps, and a lot of people comment, I love how the map looks after a fight's gone on. And the destruction tells the story, and this makes light of the whole thing. It really ties everything that you, as a reader, can infer from the proverb. And this, I believe, if anything, should speak to people the most. It's just kind of a haunting finish to a really old piece of literature. And like I said, it did inspire me to put this in here. And then most of the stuff was kind of worked around it. A lot of it fell into place, though. It was easier than I had thought. Segoy and I always try to reference or quote or allude to something in our maps. You'll find that in Revolution as well. It's a bit less poetic in Revolution. We only put 1 quote in there, but there certainly is one there. And it's a bit more modern as well. Oh, and the other one, which I won't explain because I chose to be cryptic with this one, and I will remain cryptic with this one, is down in a very infrequently visited tree. I need to put sideways logs. Down in a very infrequently visited nook under a poorly done tree is a strangely placed door, and around each corner reality starts and finishes, and within that the answers start to unfold. I'll leave you with that. I'm always reminded of the first Kingdom Hearts. That door on the island. And I didn't do that with the intention of mirroring that or anything, but I'm always reminded of it when I see that door. Not the line itself, but just that door. Really out of place, and it's to an extent hidden. But enough about that. This is my first YouTube video in a while, and like I said, I think on my comments or something, I said it somewhere. I regret that, but, as pretty much anyone will understand, life gets in the way sometimes. And, things aren't always realistic. There's a point where doing something feels like work, which you're already tired of, and, life. I'm not gonna get into that too much more. Oh yeah, GP. I know GP is a common acronym for, gold pieces and everything, but I put this in here almost exclusively as a head nod to GP Mitty, who I don't think gets enough props for what he does for Whiskey Brigade, and none of what we have done and what we do is really possible without him. And for those few of you who do know him, he's a pretty amazing person. I think. I don't know, he's a weird dude, but don't tell him I said that either. He's cool. No, I love GP. The Whiskey Brigade server god, so that just reminded me of that, and I put that in there, and no one would ever get that just because of how frequently GP is used in games and everything, but I chose GP just because of the two-letter significance. The Tekkit Let's Play that we were doing, I found that what few moments I've had recently, and I've had an opportunity to record, I seldom record PvP events because I don't want to get bogged down. I don't want to give someone a bad experience because I wanted to capture something. That said, I've never tried it, so oh yes. Those are fascinating eyebrows, sir. Looking good. Yeah. What was I saying? Yeah, I've never really tried to record a PvP event. I suppose I should, so then I can validate or invalidate what I believe and do. I suppose that's laziness on my part. But the Tekkit Let's Play we were doing, I chose to do a Tekkit Let's Play mainly because I had found myself getting really just bored with vanilla Minecraft. Segoy and I were building just a big-ass castle. Big-ass, of course, as you might imagine, is a relative term, so take that for what you will. But, I don't know, I just had gotten kind of disenfranchised with vanilla, and we were really big into RFW at the time, and we started doing that in the midst of building the castle, and somewhere between RMCT2 and finding Tekkit and all these other servers with mods and client-side or server-side mods, and there's just a huge world of things that are just done in Minecraft, and it's something that the Xbox users will probably never get to experience. And when people say, "Oh, I play Minecraft," what's your gamer tag? It's like, get the fuck out of here. You don't play Minecraft. You play Beta 1.7 on a fucking Xbox. But I guess it's good for Minecraft, so I shouldn't be bitter about it. It's just, there's so much more than vanilla. And I don't see where a lot of people draw inspiration from vanilla anymore after seeing things. And I know, what got people into Minecraft is vanilla Minecraft for the most part. But I don't know, somewhere between, I feel like, I don't know. I need inspiration. I can't redstone. So what's there left? Exploring? I mean, there's still moments in time where I'll say, damn, that looks good, awesome generation. But the shock is usually short lasting, and they're few and far between now. I mean, mining there's a very transcendental, aspect to mining, but I don't need to meditate. I already meditate. I don't need to meditate further by meditating differently. I don't know. I can mine when I need to, but I can't just continuously mine and ugh. So it really doesn't leave me with much else to do other than things aside from vanilla Minecraft. Building, I don't have the patience for. I'm horrible with aesthetics. I can build some really practical, shit, but I mean, none of it's redstone. I can make a cool piston door, and that's about the extent of it, which I don't regret. I don't care. I could learn it if I wanted to, and psychopaths like Traz, you can keep that. But, so with pretty much every huge aspect of Minecraft out of the equation, I don't know where to find inspiration. You seldom find inspiration by looking for it. It usually is kind of just dropped on you, or you stumble upon it. And recently during, what was it? Some game. I think it was not Seth's TF2 rendition in Minecraft, but I believe it was a different one, or something. It was something. And I suppose due to a glitch or something, or an oversight in the map's construction, I spawned in a super flat world and found a village, and we were playing the latest, at the time, or at this time, latest snapshot, and I saw something amazing in the village. I saw potatoes and carrots, and I was like, shit, bitch. I think that's exactly what I said. And for whatever reason, I was content to just farm, and I just chilled in that village for like 30 minutes, and it was astounding to me, because I usually go off on, 10-minute tangents on our vanilla server, and then stand there and talk to people, and I'm hoping that in this next patch update I'll find some inspiration and perhaps go back to playing vanilla. So cross your fingers for me. Yeah. Harvest Mooncraft, can't wait. What else? Oh, the sequel to Nail, that'll be... people are drawing inspiration from command blocks, and I'm just happy to see colored armor, and a lot of people are, but, like, I am fucking stoked about colored armor. Because, this next... I think I'm going to keep my real, I think, partially unique ideas to myself, but, I can divulge a little bit on the next map, which hasn't been named yet. I think I want to do another really poetic map again, and I have some loose themes and terrain ideas and a couple of mechanism ideas, and, well, I guess mechanic ideas would be a better word for it. Mechanism would imply redstone, which I will leave to Traz. Oh, I think I want to recycle this exact timer. Just copy and paste it and resize the map. Keep the tower recolored. I think that would be good. I don't know. Thoughts on that? But it's gonna. I think I'm leaning for a really tribal feel. I wanna build a really nice kind of Motte and Daub castle. Pronunciation, I don't know. But, dirt, wood, and other secret ingredients. I want to develop another cannon resilient wall, which I can't claim full responsibility for finding. I don't know if anyone else has stumbled upon it or thought anything of it when they did it, but you'll notice that these walls, given their size, are quite resilient to both digging and cannonry. And, mind the sapper-resistant barricades down there, but the walls themselves are, just nice. And I want another formula for it, and I've got a few ideas. I think instead of a 5-block pattern, or I guess it would be 4. Yeah. Yeah, 4 capped at the end, so stone, gravel, web, gravel, and the pattern repeats from here, and then it's capped off in stone. So instead of a 4 pattern wall, I think this will be closer to 7, which wouldn't have any 3 pattern thick walls. That almost implies 2 walls, which I think will be cleaner, albeit less intimidating. Potentially less intimidating. That's all aesthetics. But, a lot of people are like, oh, do you have any ideas? You need ideas. And I said this to someone, Song, I think. It's in map making, for me, it's not coming up with ideas. It's not the creativity that's my obstacle, it's inspiration. And that's often my obstacle in anything, is having the passion to do something. Not even having a reason, but just a desire. That's what it all comes down to, is having a desire to do this. Nail was a project done entirely on my own, and, with a few manual labor assistants, but with a bit of feedback, I refined it a bit into what it is now. But, what Nail was isn't much different from what it is now. And the entirety of it was designed by me exclusively. And, mechanisms aside, but, just the terrain and the buildings and the structures and everything. And it was done in what I consider a fairly short time, when you look at how much time I spent on it. And I had a lot of passion to do it. I saw, when we were testing cannons, that wall design. And it was inspirational to see something like that. A 4 thick wall of stone wouldn't have held up to nearly as much, or a 5 thick wall of stone, wouldn't hold up to nearly as much TNT as it takes to break through this. And you can play with that on your own if you want to, just see it's a fairly monumental discrepancy between the two. And there's always variations on your test, but you'll notice, the difference in resilience. And hopefully there isn't some change in mechanics that, changes what spiderweb and gravel and stone work together to create. Because I think that, if anything, would kill Nail, is the walls getting nerfed in some kind of unforeseeable, completely unintended way. Because I don't think anyone else utilizes a wall design like this, or this wall design specifically. So, cross your fingers for that never happening, because I certainly am. And, I suppose if worse comes to worse, and I don't develop a different wall design, well, I guess it would have to be more resilient for me to use it. I don't know. We'll see how development goes, but I can always recycle this and just take out the stone and replace it with wood, because I definitely want to go for that tribal feel. I want people to look at this, this new map, and just say it feels tribal, whereas this is, as most would say, medieval. So there's that, and no more jungle. It'll be something different. You'll be able to draw similarities, but you won't be able to compare them side by side and say this is the same map. I think I'll keep the netherrack, the lapis theme, and the spawn. It gets really trippy when you get far away. Yeah, there's not much else I have to say. I just wanted to kind of make this as a hopeful re-entry into activity, and also shout out to everyone who's been playing Nail recently. I've met a lot of new people, and they're quite pleasant. So, not gonna give off any names, not gonna do any name drops in this bitch, but you know who you are, and I'm glad to have met you all, and I've enjoyed all the time that we spent, playing my map, and I'm happy you enjoy it, and I'm thankful that you enjoy it. So, look forward to episode 2, motherfucker. Peace, baby.